Coming up on this episode of Disney Through Our Eyes, we're going to be talking about our recent trip report to Walt Disney World.
We'll talk about our favorite foods, favorite rides, and the nice weather we had.
And yeah, the crowds too. Welcome back to Eye to Eye, the place where we talk about anything and everything Disney. My name is Kyle.
And my name is Jessica. And before we get started tonight, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.
This is another episode of Disney Through Our Eyes, the series where we just talk about what's on our mind in the whole Disney spectrum thing. It can be parks, movies, food related, anything.
That's always on my mind.
Yes, we know that, Jessica, because...
Oh, gosh.
Well, no, you're just the snack queen.
Call me fat.
No, you are a connoisseur of Disney food items, are you not?
Well, yeah.
Except for the Grand Floridian's food. You probably wouldn't want the fancy feast stuff.
I'm not a fancy person. I just like,
Like
just
corn dogs and fries and chips.
fried, really bad for you food.
Dole Whips.
That's my...
Churros, all those things. Anyway.
Churros are there.
Sadly, for Jessica, we're not going to be talking about Disney food on this particular... Actually, technically we are. Technically we are. This is going to be our official Disney trip report. We just took a Walt Disney World trip with Jessica's family.
2022.
February 2022, the first of two this year.
Yeah, well, we think only two.
Well, that's... wait, are we going on a third?
You just never know what might happen.
I didn't know an option was for three, so now
Probably
I'm
not.
super excited for this.
Probably definitely not, but I love to just get his
my-
goat like
How
that.
would you get my... I'm just going to cry now about it.
So, we went in February. We were super excited because we, thought, we've never been in February, and we
I have.
thought...
But not to a park. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, I digress. Sorry.
We've never been in February, and we thought it would be really fun and not crowded, and it would just be a nice time with my family. Spoiler alert, it was the most crowded I have ever seen Disney World in my millions of times that I've been. I mean, We've been at least once a year, every year for the past decade. Plus, you and I both went as children quite a few times.
Right.
So we've been to Disney World at least 15 times each. And I am not kidding when I say this was the absolute most crowded I have ever seen Disney World, times about 10. This was, it makes me mad thinking about it, how crowded it was.
So, okay, here are the themes of this week. February, you think maybe cool, chilly, at least it is Central Florida.
Yeah.
You think less people. Well, it was the opposite of that.
It was hot.
And
I had to go buy shorts.
I tried to tell you.
I didn't pack shorts. Well, I packed one pair of shorts, but then I realized it was not the right pair of shorts. It was a whole situation.
But let's be honest here. It wasn't hot like Florida typically gets.
There was a day.
It was 85, wasn't it?
No, one day hit 89. Friday. That was the day we weren't in Disney. We were in that other park that we're not going to talk about.
No, we're not talking about that here.
It was a great park, but it was 89 in February. We went February 17th or something?
19th to the 26th.
Okay. So, mid-February. Come on.
So, they even said on the news while we were down there, said they've had record sustained temperatures there. Like, they've always had, everybody has, heat spikes and stuff, or cold spells, but...
And record park numbers for February.
Yes. It was everybody decided. And, of course, they just lifted mask mandates in the parks outside of, transportation, things like that.
But other than transportation, even on the indoor stuff, you did not have to wear a mask.
Which was... very nice.
It was nice. The other thing that was nice, let's be honest, we had a great time. Obviously, it's Disney. We're going to have a great time regardless. I don't even want to say this because I just feel like it was a dream. We were there a full week, and it did not rain once.
Never rained once. And now it's raining the weeks
It's been a monsoon in Disney.
Following that.
Yeah, so we were very fortunate in that, which also contributed to the large crowds. Just the nice weather.
Right.
It was really nice outside.
So we could take this a couple different ways here. Obviously, we can go day by day, but let me just give a quick overview of what our trip consisted of. Okay. We won't talk about the back half because it's that stupid park over there they made me go to that has the pew pew. I got wand things with it.
But also we got Hagrid, so that's good.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right.
It's fine. So we arrived and we stayed the entire week at Pop Century, which is basically the sister resort to it. So
it's like really nostalgic for my family because we've always stayed at Pop Century.
Right.
It's like one of our favorites. So that was a lot of fun.
Stayed at Pop Century the entire time. We went to 3 parks. We did not go to Epcot this time just because everybody decided they would rather spend 2 days in the other park as opposed to an extra day in a Disney park. So no Epcot trips. We did Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. We actually did Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, then Hollywood Studios.
And then we did Disney Springs.
And we did Disney Springs on our day off and kind of went on
And
Skyliner.
Disney Character Warehouse.
Character Warehouse. So we got our fill of Disney minus. We got to see Epcot.
Yeah. We rode the Skyliner to Epcot. Walked to the gate and then rode the Skyliner back to our resort, which was fun.
I know it may be like boring to some people, but I love riding the Skyliner.
I do too. It's just great.
It's nice,
peaceful.
It's got good airflow in it. You can see everything, all behind the scenes stuff.
Yep.
Like I was showing you guys, like behind Epcot, I was like, so back there was supposed to be the Mount Fuji roller coaster and stuff like that. It's just, for me, somebody who likes seeing the inner workings of Disney. It's like,
that's true. So let's start with Animal Kingdom. That was our first day. Obviously, crowds. We're not going to keep harping on that, but
Mount Everest was shut down.
Yeah, and it was the celebration of the Festival of the Lion King.
Jessica's going to be so angry about this.
Right? I already know that they're bringing back the real Festival of the Lion King.
Well, they're bringing back the Tumble Monkeys, which is a whole segment.
I was really ticked off about the celebration of the Festival of the Lion King. Would I rather have that than no Festival of the Lion King? Yes.
Thank you for admitting that.
Was it still really bittersweet to not have Tumble Monkeys? Also,
well, it's that, and then there were certain elements that were like there were less actors. They didn't get the crowd involved. They didn't do the
flying thing with the bird.
With the bird.
It was not the same.
It was definitely not
the same. They didn't do the
same.
thing where you like, like you do the sheep, the bleeding and the
giraffe sounds, the elephant
but they say
sounds.
it's the sheep. Yeah.
Exactly.
Anywho, it was disappointing.
So those were the 2 big disappointments of that.
But the wins, right?
The wins.
Let's talk about the positives.
Oh, the positives. It was like the wins. Like it wasn't windy that day.
Wins.
It was actually felt really good that day. Felt really good that day.
We rode Flight of Passage twice.
Oh yeah, first and last.
Awesome, obviously. Did Safari.
Did we do that 2 times or 3 times? 2 times. We did 2 times.
Safari or Flight of Passage?
I'm sorry, Safari.
Safari we did 2 times also, which was great.
Morning,
Safari was like almost a walk on the second time we did
Which we waited about an hour last time.
Yeah. And then
Bird show, as always.
That was something.
Jessica.
I hate birds. I'm terrified. I don't hate them. I love them. They are God's creatures, and I appreciate what they do for our planet. I'm terrified of birds, though.
Jessica, the entire time, is just like eyes going around.
Yeah.
It's funny to watch. Like I go now, not to watch the show, to watch Jessica.
It is absolutely petrifying.
During the show. Primeval World has been gone, but it was just sad to actually see it torn down over there. So when
that area is so like empty now.
Help, Disney. help it. Just
you know, we talk about Kite Tales.
Oh, Kite Tales, yeah, the new show.
That's our first time we've seen it. I know Kite Tales gets a lot of hate on here, but I really loved Kite Tales.
I don't know that it's called hate. I just think that it's so there's this thing where we know what's been previously in that space. And even though it wasn't the most popular thing, it probably was a bigger production than Kite Tales, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. It was this little, just dinky little show that was cute.
And usually you hate dinky little things.
I normally do, but this was just so different. I can't say that I've seen kites on jet skis before. So.
Kites on jet skis. And none of the kites crashed into our seating area.
Yeah, so which was a bummer. But
I was kind of hoping that was going to happen.
Obviously, they have very scheduled areas where they crash. And it's not crash.
Planned, you mean?
Planned. It was scheduled.
I think other than food stuff, we did Flame Tree Barbecue, Satuli Canteen, did all the favorites there.
Satuli Canteen.
Those
cheeseburger pods.
Is there anything like that stuck out outside of just missing Everest and stuff like that? I think that's it. Magic Kingdom Day.
Bro. We talk about
the crowds. Duh.
I'm telling y'all, I have never in my life, never. There was a moment when I thought, like, seriously, if somebody has a medical emergency, like they might just they'd be relying on me as a nurse to save their lives, and that's not going to be good.
Let me put it to you this way. So for like Everest, here's my marker sometimes for how crowded it is. I'm looking for a 45-minute wait for Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, and usually you'll hit that during the day. We were hoping to see a 65-minute wait for these things.
Literally, at one point, we stood there, like in the park. We were like over in Tomorrowland, and we were looking at the app,
right,
trying to figure out what to do next. every single thing
It was like an hour.
was minimum of 60 minutes. Most of the things we wanted to do, obviously we didn't have children with us, we didn't have strollers or anything like that, so we were trying to do the more adult rides. Everything was almost a 2-hour wait, and it was just this moment of, okay, everybody pick the one thing you cannot leave the park without doing, and we're gonna hit those things, and everything else will just be what it'll be. We did have Genie Plus.
For the first time, we tried that, and it is confusing.
It was really confusing. It was really hard because that was the first time we'd ever done Genie Plus,
Right.
and the crowds were just, I mean, I can't even just describe it, like just the anxiety of the added crowds. We can't figure out Genie Plus. The wait times are just bonkers for everything.
Got
Like,
a little overwhelming at points.
there was a moment when I was like, we've got to leave because one of us is going to die.
So I want us to stay like on the negatives the entire time. We tried cheeseburger spring rolls for the first time, and it was okay. The hype,
Yeah, I am
wasn't there.
bummed that is what y'all are so obsessed with. I was like, did we get a bad one?
It was fine. Like, it wasn't bad.
But you know what was good?
What's that?
That Dole Whip with the raspberry swirl.
Well, I've had that before.
I'd never had that.
I told you. It was
And
good.
my mom got, what did she get? She got coconut.
It's not it had coconut in it.
No, she got plain coconut.
Well, I guess then it's just a coconut Dole Whip then.
That's what I was trying to say. Yes, she got coconut ice cream at the Dole Whip place. What's it called? Aloha Isle?
Not
No.
Aloha. Yeah, or no, Sunshine Tree Terrace,
That's
and then, yes, Aloha Isle is the second place, because one does, the orange one, and the other one. Sunshine Tree Terrace is the orange swirl one, and
So
then...
we were at Aloha Isle. So Jessica was right.
You were right. You're right. Sorry, I was trying to get it all together.
So
I'm
I was
sorry.
right.
So many snacks, so many places.
So
to
anyway,
remember.
so that's where she got her coconut Dole Whip, and it was really good. So that was positive.
Yep. So, okay, I will tell you the big thing for us. And this was the most proud I've ever been in this group of people I was with, including Jessica and her family, because it was you, your mom, our sister-in-law, and her brother. And we killed it during the fireworks show, because we all made the call and said,
which I'm glad.
They did not care about the fireworks.
I'm not a fireworks person.
I am, but I said, I'm going to see it again when we come later this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good with that. What we did was we went perfectly, ate dinner late at, what was it? I'm sorry, Pecos Bills, which was good again.
During the fireworks.
And as soon as we got done, the fireworks ended, we went and did Splash Mountain, we went and did Thunder Mountain, went back over, did Buzz Lightyear Ranger Spin, and then got in line Space Mountain for the second time that day. Wow.
We did all of that within, like an hour and 15 minutes?
Oh, must have been an hour and 15, hour and 30 maybe.
Yeah. And that was the most we did all day. Like, we didn't get to do Pirates.
Yep.
There were so many big rides that we normally do that we just didn't get to do. Thankfully, we did all the mountains.
Yes.
Space, Splash, Thunder. We did
Seven Dwarfs
first of the day, which we waited forever for that. And my mom was like, it's not my favorite. And I was like,
but
we just waited so long.
You just kind of want to do it to get, because it is fun, but it's not like super thrilling or anything like that.
We did Haunted Mansion.
Yep. We did all the major stuff.
And honestly, maybe everything we were able to get in. Oh, and Jungle Cruise.
And Pirates did.
We did not do Pirates.
Yes, we did. I remember distinctly we did Pirates. We got a Fast Pass or a Genie Plus for that. Like, it was.
Where was I? I just said we didn't do Pirates, and Cal was like, "Yeah, we didn't do Pirates."
And
now you're like, "Yeah, we did do Pirates."
We did do it.
Did we?
We did.
Okay.
Either way.
And we did It's a Small World.
Yes.
But we didn't get to do Peter Pan. We didn't do Winnie the Pooh or anything because of the crowds.
The crowds. All right, real quickly, Hollywood Studios, and let's just start off and get it off right away. We waited for the first time hour in a 4-hour line for Rise of the Resistance.
So what happened was, long story short, they opened that
Galactic Star Cruiser for media members.
Yeah. And what we did not know is
we think they were.
Yeah, based on social media. They paused Rise of the Resistance so that those people could do Rise of the Resistance, and they didn't open it for regular park guests until 10 a.m.
Right.
So by the time we got to the line, which was like 10:05 a.m., it was
3 hours
wait.
long. Yeah.
So we got in it because my family has never done it, and they are the biggest Star Wars dweebs you've
missed
ever met
it last
in your life.
time.
Like, seriously, my mom saw the original Star Wars in theaters. Like, she's a Star Wars nerd. She loves it. And so we knew we had to get on that. Like, but we knew that was the one thing she wanted this whole trip. That was just the one ride. So we were ready. We were ready to wait in a 3-hour line. And then we did not anticipate the ride breaking down 2 times.
Twice. I don't know why I just did that, but twice.
2 times.
2 times. You just did it with me.
Thankfully, I did it to make fun of you.
Thank you for that.
Thankfully, it was almost 90 degrees outside, and when the ride broke down, we were inside. We were in the indoor part.
And we had snacks.
We had snacks, we had drinks, and we could sit down.
And in between all that,
So
we actually sent Jessica, her brother, and my sister-in-law to go do Rock and Roller Coaster because we had Genie Plus for that, but we didn't want to lose our place in line. And it was all outside where we were in line when that happened. So myself and my mother-in-law, we just sat outside, for about 2 hours.
My mom, I was like, Mom, you love Rock and Roller Coaster. Why don't you go do it with them? And she was like, no, I'm riding this ride. I'm staying here. And I was like, all right. Well, at least I know you want to do Rise of the Resistance.
They liked it, right? I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, so we did that.
And the rest of the day was really just, again, Hollywood Studios has great rides, but there's just not enough of them for crowds like that.
Yeah. Rock and Roller Coaster was like 85 minutes.
The longest all day, though, like proportionally for what you get. Because, 4 hours for Rise of Resistance is ridiculous, but it's still, what you get with it.
And honestly,
Tower of Terror for 2-hour waits. Oh.
Tower of Terror is my favorite. But honestly, I will say, after Rise of the Resistance, I was just frustrated and sad that we had waited so long. But my mom and my brother, who'd never ridden it before, and my sister-in-law had never ridden it before too, but she's not as big of a Star Wars fan. They got off the ride and they were like, that was the best ride. That was awesome.
And it was missing. Some of the elements were working too.
So after a 4-hour wait, they still loved it and felt like it was a good choice for our time. Yep. So that was worth it. We did ride Tower of Terror at the end of the day. The very last thing we did, and we got through Toy Story Land.
We
did Slinky
Dog, Midway Mania. We did Star Tours. We didn't do any of the shows, but I mean, all in all things considered, I'm surprised we got done with what we did. I got a Nom Nom cookie, which is like priority
Nom cookie.
Nom Nom cookie is what I call it.
Cookie. And we only ate one meal in Hollywood Studios because everything was so crowded. We were just like, we gotta hurry, we gotta.
So like I said, the theme of the parks was crowds and very warm temperatures. Outside of that, I mean, like we said, we did Character Warehouse, which was pretty good this year.
This year was the best I've seen it in a long time. I got a T-shirt. Mm-hmm. We got a Christmas thingy-majig, like figurine.
One thing you were disappointed was the lack of 50th anniversary merch that was there.
Oh,
like the mug.
I forgot all about this. So my sister-in-law and I, we really wanted like a 50th ornament or mug, like something to commemorate, hey, we were here for the 50th. So the one thing I did get was a 50th reusable shopping bag. Got that at the Emporium. Right. And then I got a smaller one in Disney Springs as well. But yeah, they didn't have any mugs. There was any
shipping, a supply issue.
Yeah, that's what they said, supply chain issues. So I'm hoping when we go back in May, they'll have the 50th mug. But they didn't have T-shirts. Like, they didn't have hardly anything. Kyle got a 50th pin.
But they had plenty of other things, just not 50th.
Yeah. You got a 50th pin, right?
Yeah, I did.
But that's it. Like, that was the only 50th merch we could get. There was nothing. Like, I was really hoping to get a 50th ornament and a coffee mug because I collect the mugs. That's what I always get.
Does she?
Yeah, quite a few.
She has quite a few.
Kyle has some here too. Don't let
they're back over there somewhere. You can
and let's talk about your pop collection, sir. You've got far more pops than
I don't know what you're talking about.
And my mugs I actually use every day. So.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing behind it.
All in all, the trip was really crowded, but the weather was great. The food was great.
We asked the question, would you rather have had to deal with rain every day or crowds? And everybody said, I think crowds. And so, all things considered, was it perfect trip? No. Was it fun? Yes. And I say this, maybe I'll embarrass her if she ever watches this, but we think we turned our sister-in-law into a Disney fanatic now.
Oh, yeah. So. She keeps messaging me about like ears that we should have bought or food that we missed out on because like we were trying to look like on some of these Instagram accounts like what's the newest snack or something, and we tried some of them. Obviously Gaston cinnamon roll is still my very favorite thing ever.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, and cheeseburger pods.
So this was like, to wrap it up, this was like the moment that I tried not to let it show, but it made my moment. We're sitting there, our last meal, we went to the Polynesian to go have dinner there at their quick service. And then Brittany just kind of out of nowhere, that's her name, Brittany, out of nowhere says, you know what? When we took our trip last time, I was a Universal fan. I still like Disney, but I was a Universal fan. This time, I like Disney because the experience is better. And I'm just sitting there like...
Which is so interesting that she said that because Universal was not as crowded as Disney. It was
still crowded, but not as crowded. Listen, I had a great time at Universal.
Yeah, it's a great
Fine.
park too.
That's what it is. But I'm glad to know that we've infected another person into the Disney family. All right,
Evil.
so that is our trip report. We tried to cover a lot of things there in a very small amount of time. We want to know from you, what did you think about our trip report, things that stuck out to you. If you have questions about Disney World right now, we've been there recently, so obviously we can answer those for you in the comments section below. What else should they do?
Like I said before, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.
And that's all we have for this edition of Eye to Eye. Until we assemble again,
May the force be with you.
and we'll see you real soon.
Bye, guys.